little bit of an update on my current situation. I just got a call from Best Buy mere minutes ago, and they told me that not only is it an operational system problem, it is possibly a hard drive problem as well. So they're going to try to recover the data that's on the hard drive, and then get back to me and let me know if they're able to or not. So as for the videos, I'm not sure how the commentary videos or when the timeline is going to be. Originally, it was supposed to be Thursday. Now I'm not sure when I'm going to get my laptop back. So we'll find out in the coming days. As for my health, I thought I was taking strides forward yesterday. Evidently, that was a genjutsu, and I got caught in it because I woke up today and I've got more migraines right now than Terrell Davis in the damn Super Bowl, and I'm not winning a Super Bowl trophy, so there's no real payoff right now. Not feeling the best. As for my stomach, I feel as if the fourth Hokage and Naruto are both combining a large Rasengan and hitting me in the stomach the way the things are rotating in my belly. I feel as if I'm at Best Buy in the appliance section and they're displaying a new washing machine with a spin cycle, and my stomach is going to be the display because it's ridiculous right now. I've got I feel as if my large intestine is orbiting around my stomach as if it's the earth going around the sun. It's ridiculous. All right, I got more acid in my stomach than a teenage white boy in California who's made bad decisions at a house party. It's not the best right now. But somebody reached out to me and asked me, hey, how do you make it on social media? How do you start a YouTube account? How do you start a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter account that, make it big and make videos and stuff like that? First and foremost, I'm not the right person to ask. I'm far from making it big, nor do I ever think I'll make it big because of the kind of person that I am. But I guess I can give you some sort of advice. Number one, try to be creative because we live in a world now where creativity is extremely minute. It's extremely small. A whole lot of people are just fabricated versions of others, to be quite honest. It's a very few percent of individuals who are actually creative. If you were to go to the YouTube trending page, you'll see 78, maybe 90 makeup pages where everybody does the same thing. Gaming channels, everybody does the same thing. Comedy videos, everybody saying the same thing. Find a way to set yourself apart from other people. The one thing that I pride myself on is nobody does what I do in any sort of video that they do, in the way that they deliver, the way that they in the material that it is that I deliver. Because for one, in my commentary videos, no matter how long it is, you can probably only compile about, I would say, 45 seconds to about a minute of material that I've said prior in older videos that's been, regurgitated, reverberated, reiterated in other videos. Outside of that, everything else is new. The concept of jokes can sound familiar, but majority of the video is all different sort of material. Like, there are those who show up and say, oh, I came here for the Nick Folk, I came here for the Hold My Nuggets, I came here for this, I came here for that. But if you listen to the full duration of the video, there's different jokes in there every single week, and majority of them actually don't overlap in contrast to what you heard the last week. You don't hear something that's similar. A lot of people, when they deliver different videos, they're doing the exact same thing every single time. Not just in my market field, but in a whole lot of other people's market field. So number one, I would say be creative. Number two, you got to have thick skin, because if you're built like glass, like Le'Veon Bell's groin over the past couple of years, you're gonna run into a lot of trouble because number one, internet does deem a lot of people fictitious power in a sense where, they feel as if their comment actually matters. You have to understand that a whole lot of these people, it's too easy to make a profile. So when they say, they hate you or something like that, it's not something that's real. Because to hate somebody, hate is almost the same context as love. It takes a lot of effort. If you were to rewind this to the 1980s, if you hated Michael Jackson, you couldn't just comment on a forum and say, you know what, I hate you, Michael Jackson. You had to write yourself a letter. You had to pull up to his shows. You had to, and on top of that, when you're writing a letter, you had to also find his P.O. box, find his address, write the letter, send it to the post office, pay out of your pocket to have this sent out through the mail to get to his house so he can, in the hopes that he would actually open it up and read it. Nowadays, you can just go under a photo, go under a video, comment what you had to comment, and be like, yeah, now they gonna know. You gotta understand, majority of the people who comment on your video actually don't, if they say they hate you, it's not something that's real. They probably just showed up, they didn't like what it is that you put out, and that's it. And moreover, to piggyback on that point, understand that not everybody's gonna like your stuff. Not everybody's gonna understand your stuff. So if you're starting on social media, do not come in with bright eyes like I'm gonna make everybody. That actually really hurt just now. I probably shouldn't have elevated my eyebrows, but don't come into social media with bright hopes and big eyes talking about, everybody's gonna like my stuff, I'm gonna be killing the game, 100% of the people that are gonna watch my video gonna like my stuff. That's not the case. All right, understand, majority of people, when you first start, nobody's gonna watch your stuff. You're gonna have a core following. I'm telling you, it always works out this way. You're gonna have like 1,000 subscribers. It may take some time to get there, but when you finally get there, you're gonna have a core of people who actually like your stuff. When you start to build and get to 10K, 15K, that's when all the dislikes gonna start showing up. That's when you're gonna have a bunch of negative comments with people who start stalking your page and just continually try to tear you down. You gotta understand that not everybody's gonna like you. Don't let the negative comments get to your mind. More importantly, the positive comments. Understand that I wouldn't say majority of the people, but a good percentage of the people who are in your corner, they're not in your corner. They're in your content's corner. So they could care less about what you're going through. They only come to see your content. The best analogy I can give you is when you go to Burger King or you go to a restaurant, you go there to get food. You could care less about what the person who's making your food is going through as long as the food is good. If the person who cooked your food came out and said, you know what, my grandmother just died, my grandfather just died, it's extremely hard for me to make this food, all this other, you don't care about none of that. The only thing you care about is if the food is good or not. The same thing with your content. It doesn't matter what the hell you're going through. People only show up to see your content. Those who actually care about you, and when you say, hey, I'm going through some stuff right now, they'll reach out and they say, oh, I'm sorry about that, we can wait, all this other stuff. But majority of people, they're only showing up to see what they came here to see. So you can't let yourself get a big head and think all these people care about you. That's one of the reasons a lot of people don't make it on social media, because they come over here and they think, oh, all these people care about me. And then you go 1 week where you don't upload, people out here talking about, oh, where you at? Why you not uploading? And you can say, oh, I'm in the hospital, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I gotta finish my degree, I gotta finish this. Why don't you upload the video? Do this, do that. And now you feel as if you have pressure on your back to come out and take a step away from your actual life to go and appease to the pleasurement of people that you, in a sense, don't even know. All right, so you got to keep that in mind. Where am I at? Number 4. I would say interactions with your audience. I don't like saying fans, because fans is a small fanatic, and I don't think I have any fanatics. More importantly, fans, I just have supporters, people who watch my stuff. But you have to have an interaction with the people who take time out of their day to watch your stuff, because I don't care if I put a 1-minute video, that's 1 minute you could have been doing somewhere else. So if you comment on my video, you like my video, or you share my video, I feel as if I'm obligated, like I've said several times over before, to go and reach out and at least comment back to you. Now, given my recent status, I haven't really been able to do that, given my not having my computer, stuff like that, health issues, things like that. But in your case, for individuals who want to start as creators, keep that in mind. Interaction with your audience is huge, because that sets you apart from other people. Because if you look at the biggest YouTube channels, do you ever see them comment back to the people who comment on their videos? Now granted, they're getting like 10,000 comments, but even the smallest amount, you could reply to maybe 30, maybe 100. You could play a game with your audience, say, hey, first 100 comments, I'm going to reply to them. So, it's a never-ending sort of relationship you have to build with the people who's watching your stuff. And last but not least, your content. You have to make sure what you're putting out, you're confident in what it is that you're putting out. Because if you're putting out absolute trash, somebody's going to tell you it's trash. And if they do tell you that, you have to look through it through 2 different lenses. 1, how do I truly feel about what it is that I'm putting out? And 2, do they have the right to critique what it is that I'm saying, or what it is that I'm putting out? 1 being that if you put out something and just like, say you're just recording the floor or something like that, and you were expecting it to be 1 million views, that's not going to be the case. You gotta make sure whatever the hell it is that you're putting out, you put time and effort into it, because there's few people who can make effortless videos and start to get followings like that. But you have to put time and effort into your craft and truly believe, what I put out is good enough to get these views. Even if it doesn't come in time, you just got to keep putting out that good effort. Number 2, those who critique you on your stuff, you have to be able to identify what real criticism is versus what just hating is. Because I've had different people who've, criticized my videos and, went down the line and say, hey, you probably shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say this. I'm able to look under the umbrella and say, all right, is this criticism versus, somebody who's hating? So you have to be able to identify between the two. So those are my tips on how to make it in social media, because I believe about a year and a half ago I made a video talking about I was struggling to find my voice on the internet. I was struggling to figure out how I can convey what I want to put out, because in my first earlier years, or I should say earlier months, I had all these great ideas of what I wanted to put online, but I didn't have the following. So you got to understand, if you have this million viewed video idea but only got 200 subscribers, you put this video out, somebody could Carlos Mencia, somebody could Amy Schumer your joint. All of a sudden they see this video with 200 views, they gonna take your whole concept, they do it on their channel when they got 500,000 views. All of a sudden now they getting an interview on Ellen, they on the damn they on the Today Show, they talking about, wow, how'd you come up with this, how'd you come up with that? And you're sitting over here like, wait a minute, I'm the one who did the video. But you gotta trust and believe in the process. No Philadelphia 76ers, of course, but trust and believe in the process of your craft. And it's a constant grind. Understand you're going to face a whole lot of adversity. There's a lot of avarice in this game where people are just in it for themselves. They could care less about the people. You got to stay humble. You got to stay true to yourself if you really want to make it in this social media game. Because me personally, I don't tear nobody down. I don't go over to people's channels. To be quite honest, I don't really be on YouTube watching other people's stuff. If I'm on YouTube, I'm either watching stand-up, I'm watching my brother Tommy Sotomayor, or I'm watching funnier videos and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. And when I watch funny videos, I'm usually watching my own stuff. Outside of that, I'm not really on YouTube like that. On Instagram, I'm barely on the explore page. I'll post here and there, but outside of that, I'm usually either writing stand-up, I'm thinking about comedy or different stuff like that. You got to find out ways to diversify your time and really get into your crafts, because if you spend a whole lot of time watching other people, sooner or later you're gonna start to jack their style. So you got to stay true to yourself. That's my advice. I don't know if it's gonna make any sense to any of you guys. Personally, I'm just doing this because my stomach hurts and I need to take some time to really get my mind off of my stomach. So moving forward, I'll give you guys updates about my health, about the computer, and for the commentary videos, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get that out. As for the divisional round analysis, I'm going to try to do that maybe tomorrow. And the championship game pre-week analysis, I'm going to try to see if I could do that the exact same day. So you guys can stay tuned for that. And I have a Patreon account, PayPal account, and one of my subscribers actually made a GoFundMe to try to help me get a computer. So I'll leave all of those in the description below. So if you want to help out financially and see if I could possibly get this computer on the road, or possibly help me out, because given my financial situation is extremely tough right now, and given the amount of videos that I do put out and the schedule of how I put out the videos, it's actually extremely hard to balance having a full-time job, or hell, even a part-time job, because that dictates the time, because I can't make my own schedule in a sense. Because if you're just walking into a company talking about, I need this day, this day, this day, this day, this time, this time, this time, they're gonna talk about, no, we're not doing that, you got to be here at this time to this time. And all of a sudden now I'm missing football games. I can't cover I can't put out the videos I want to put out. So I do have those. So for those of you who want to donate, I'll leave those in the links below. But thanks for watching. I'll be back possibly, I'm hoping, tomorrow, God willing. So have yourself a good day, a good Wednesday, that is. And for those of you who want to start making content, go out there and create.